Hello and welcome to Chaminade Stadium Field. My name is Ryan Dahlquist. Glad to be bringing you this DAF Media joint venture broadcast. Now, let me be the first here to apologize. We have a slight delay of schedule, so this game will start. It looks to be just over 12 minutes until the proverbial kickoff, so don't go anywhere. We're going to be right here. Stay with us at DAF, and I do apologize for the delay, but come back in 12, and we'll be right here. Hello and welcome back to Chaminade Stadium Field. My name's Ryan Dahlquist, bringing you the action today. Once again, we do apologize for the delay. This game will be starting in just under 7 minutes, so stay with us right here on DAF. We'll bring you the action. Thanks for sticking by. Hello and welcome to Chaminade. Hello and welcome to Chaminade Stadium Field. My name's Ryan Dahlquist. Join alongside me Will Jennings and Connor Kuntz, bringing you the action on this beautiful day. Now today we've got ourselves a beautiful DAF Media joint venture here with Chaminade, and we've got a great game looking into this one. Now a little history lesson. Darien 6-3, coming off a tough loss to St. Anthony's last Saturday. St. Anthony's ranked 5th in the nation on Inside Lacrosse, and This is Darien's first loss in their last 7 games after starting 0-2 against Fairfield Prep and Brunswick. Both of those teams top 20 in the nation. Brunswick's actually now at number 1. As for the Chaminade Flyers, close losses to Salesianum and McDonough at the beginning of the season. Another loss to St. Anthony's on the 10th. All of those teams are some of the highest ranked programs in the country, and they had a big win against Fairfield Prep on the 6th. Have quite the stellar season overall, 5-3 for the Flyers. So, boys, we've got some key players here tonight, starting off with Chaminade, Connor Cutton.
Yeah, Connor Cutton, one of the best players really on Long Island, attackman from St. James, ranked number 35 in the country according to National Lacrosse Federation, a 4-star recruit according to the National Lacrosse Federation and Inside Lacrosse, and he is heading to Johns Hopkins to play his collegiate lacrosse next spring. He can really do it all for this attack. 16 goals, 8 assists, 24 points on the year, and he's the quarterback of this Chaminade attack. He got pulled up to the varsity level as a sophomore and produced with some of the key guys who were seniors last year, but now he's really taken over as that number 1 guy in the attack.
And Jennings, the matchup to watch tonight, we got Brady Bicorni versus Ben Fox.
Yeah, of course. Like you said, this is the matchup we've been waiting for. You have Ben Fox, right, a 5-star, one of the best closed defensemen in the class of 2024, going up against the Notre Dame-bound senior for Darien, Brady Bicorni. You know, this matchup's going to be crucial, right? We saw Brady get locked off at the crease last game against St. A's. But, of course, today a different story. You have, you know, Brady, who's going to look to dodge, maybe from the wing, a 2-man game from X, and he's going to need to create some, you know, commotion on that crease today.
We're glad to be bringing you this one here at DAF Media. Beautiful 65-degree day here at Chaminade, and we've got a lot of lacrosse coming up, so stay tuned. Let's take a look at our starting lineup for tonight. So for the Blue Wave, we've got Porter Barnett, Max McBride, Brady Bicorni at attack, Briggs McGuckin, Morgan Rupenstein, Elliot Lancaster as starting midfield, Jack Mariska, Will Bonner at the Fogo LSM spots. Next, we've got Jake Hendrickson, Mark McNamara, and Connor Lane at defense. And we all know Carter Hagan in net for the Blue Wave. Beautiful starting lineup there provided by Andrew Massalone, our graphics consultant. Coming up now, we've got Chaminade Here they are, Connor Cutton, John Balsamo, James Gillis, starting attackmen. At the midfield, we've got Jack Tolley, Gavin Lynch, Peter DeBoucher. Next, we've got Quinn Ball and Matthew Marchetta at the starting Fogo and LSM spots. We've got Ben Fox, Louis D'Agostino, and Brendan O'Brien at the starting defense, and Sal Caputo in net. So they'll break away from their handshakes, and we're just about ready to get started with this one. And the starting face-off underway. It's been a struggle for Darien all year, and Chaminade regains possession. Coming down the field now, Matthew Marchetta. Marchetta dumps it to his attack, and we get ourselves the first Chaminade possession of the day.
Yeah, the real X factor for Chaminade today will be Quinn Ball at this face-off X. He can dominate games by gaining a couple extra offensive possessions, so look for Chaminade to rely on Ball heavily today.
Yeah, and on the flip side of that, right, Darien's probably going to put a pull at that face-off X at some point if Mariska isn't able to control that possession game.
Off the invert there by John Balsamo. The Flyers working it behind. Shot saved by Hagan. And here's McGuckin looking to clear it himself. McGuckin stripped, regains possession, and dumps it off. So a stand there by the Blue Wave as they look to move it here towards their attack.
Chaminade a very aggressive rise. See Cutton, Balsamo, and Gillis all right there. Rubenstein does a good job getting over that timeline, and now Darien's got their first possession.
You know, of course, Briggs McGuckin as well. Been great in the clear all year. You see him take a couple checks there on the ride. He's been drawing a ton of penalties doing that, and Darien's able to get their first possession.
There goes McGuckin working off the wing. Can't make anything of it, but here's Picorni. Picorni back to McGuckin off the give and go, but stumped out there by Chaminade. So they love this wing dodge here. They'll try and start it again with McGuckin. Briggs McGuckin inside Picorni behind the back and off the mark.
You just see how creative Picorni is. Loses his man, and he goes behind the back on his first shot of the game.
Kid loves the early highlight reel as McBride will take it behind. Bilodeau up top, but he's collapsed on by Chaminade, and Darien will look to start it here with Rupenstein. In the middle, Parnett, but just checked out of his stick. And here goes the fast break for Chaminade. Moving over, looking for a shot, and off the stick there. Looked like Hendrickson got in the way. And scooped up in front of the net and scored, Connor Cutton.
There's that ride we see from Chaminade. Balsamo gets the turnover, and Cutton gets a little pump fake and puts in the back of the net. And early on, it's 1-0 Chaminade.
Yeah, that's been a struggle for Darien all year. Ton of, turnovers and takeaways on that clear. Their pulls haven't been able to communicate with Hagan a lot of those times where the ride's just, starting up. They're not able to clear the crease, and you see right there Connor Cutton just gets lost in front and able to put away a quick one.
So a tough break for the Wave as the Flyers are up 1-0. And it's a fight on the X, 50-50 ground ball, scooped up by Chaminade.
Yeah, even if Ball doesn't initially win the faceoff, they got guys like Sean Connolly, like Louis D'Agostino if he comes at LSM, like Matthew Marchetta, guys who are just ground ball warriors that if that ball is just on the ground, for sure that they'll be able to grab it.
Remember that old saying, ground balls win games, and that could reign true here for whichever team rules that faceoff. As Chaminade will look to invert here with John Balsamo. Balsamo working on Lancaster, looks for the shot just over the net. So taking it up now, James Gillis. he'll look for his opportunity. Gillis dodging left, rolling inside, and just off the mark.
One thing you don't want to do with Gillis is let his hands loose on his left side. He will rip it if you give him enough space.
So they love this X attack, and they'll try it again there. That was Gavin Lynch on the attempt. And a hustle there from Darien, but no good. It'll remain with the Flyers.
Yeah, right now, we just saw the invert with Gillis. Usually you see Cutton, quarterbacking this offense from X, but Gillis very capable, as we've mentioned. And that matchup with McNamara is probably going to be, crucial for Darien. If they can win that today, they should be in good shape.
And Chaminade now looking to dodge from top. Gavin Lynch looking for a second shot on the day. Rolls to his right and whips it just over the crossbar.
Lynch, very similar to McCorney. Both guys going to Notre Dame. Lynch is a junior, but Lynch, he loves those highlight plays, give himself some room to create for his own.
So I'll invert here with Balsamo. Chaminade attacking from all sides so far. Plenty of shot opportunities. As Balsamo will move it up. One more. And running through the defense, trying to go all the way, but stuffed. That was Hunter Kimball on the dodge.
A big hit by DeBuscher there. It's on William Bonner. You see, again, Chaminade aggressive with the ride. Kimball gets right in there. Bonner takes a big hit, but he was able to hand it off to Hagan before that ball came loose.
Look, these teams certainly known for their physicality, as Darien will have a chance to clear it here.
Yeah, Bonner, the star LSM for this team, going to Tufts next year. He's just, just awesome, getting those ground balls for the Wave this year. Really great in the clearing aspect as well. And, tough to see him get out there early, and looks like, hopefully he'll be back in soon.
And a tough ride there, but Chaminade, but Porter Barnett, was open in front of the net. Couldn't quite hang on to it, though, and Chaminade will get that possession back. So a transition opportunity for the Wave, thwarted by the Flyers, and a goal by Gavin Lynch.
This is what Chaminade loves to do. They get on the transition, and they attack right away. This time it's Lynch who gets the goal. Again, a 4-star recruit, according to Inside Lacrosse. Number 34 in the class of 2025. It's his 16th goal of the year, 20 points overall in the year. And early on, just above half of the first quarter, it's 2-0 Chaminade.
Yeah, that was just a little bit of a broken play there, right? Fast break for Chaminade. They get the transition, going north-south, and Darien, the slide came late, and it's just an easy alley dodge for Lynch and a quick 2-0 start for Chaminade.
So 2 transition goals for the Flyers as they find themselves with yet another offensive possession off the faceoff. Streaming down the field now, John Tolley inside shot off the crossbar. That was Hunter Kimball with the rip from 20 yards out. And it'll bounce all the way towards midfield, out of bounds Darien ball.
And Darien down 2-0. They're really going to have to start valuing these possessions. We've already seen Quinn Ball win two or three face-offs here, and Darien in a bit of a hole. They're going to have to start getting something going.
Certainly valuing their possession here. Top of the agenda for the Blue Wave as Barnett looks to take it up top. So all midfield moved up top here for the Blue Wave in an umbrella set. They love this wing dodge, and they'll try it with McGuckin. Biggs McGuckin tripped up, flag called, but he'll hold on to it. He's getting harassed there near the 30. Multiple flags on the field, refs throwing his hat, and
that's just what Briggs does for you, right? He's able to take those checks, fight through that commotion, and he's drawing a ton of flags this year, gets Darien their first man up.
We're going to try and sift through this one for you, but definitely multiple penalties on the field for the Flyers. Let's see what the referee has to say. So 3 fouls, all on number 5. A slash for 2 minutes. A hold, and then another slash. So that's all called on Hunter Kimball. And the Wave will be man up here for a considerable amount of time.
Yeah, McGuckin just got around Kimball. Kimball doing his best to get the stick, caught the back, and then after that, McGuckin just hounded by a sea of white. He draws even more flags and keeps possession for the Blue Waves as they go on their first man up of the game.
Yeah, it looked like McGuckin got that 2 and 3 slide there, and just all out just chaos through the middle of the box right there.
Well, if I understand correctly, it's a 2-minute 30-second penalty on the Flyers as Bilodeau looks for the shot, but can't quite get it off.
One of the things that Caputo has definitely improved on since the beginning of the year, as you see right there, is his clearing. Beginning of the year, he was kind of throwing balls low, wasn't really getting those passes off in transition, but now he's one of the leader outlets in the clear game. That's really improved his starting spot in the net for Chaminade.
So with the big penalty, the Blue Wave gamble on an early shot, and it pays off for the Flyers. So sitting with it is James Gills as a flag is thrown now.
Darien offsides here. They only got 2 guys in the attack. So it'll be a flag on the Blue Wave.
Now some confusion on the field. I believe the flag was called off as Darien will have possession now. And the Flyers will take their first timeout. So not sure what's going on the field, but your Blue Wave have a man up with, I believe, around 2 minutes to go. So a big opportunity here for the Blue Wave. We're going to take a quick break at DAF Media. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere. So the first real opportunity here for the Blue Wave as they head out with their man-up squad, and it's been all Chaminade's possession so far.
Yeah, really, again, the X factor, as we said in the pregame, Quinn Ball, he's been gaining these possessions for Chaminade. If he doesn't win the faceoff clean, then Marchetta and Conley on the wings, they'll pick up that ground ball and get into the offensive zone. So for Darien, this is a golden opportunity. Chaminade had the ball down a man, but no confusion will leave it in possession of the Blue Wave. So this will be a perfect opportunity for Darien to get right back in this game.
So they'll start in their defensive end here with Rupenstein, and he'll move it to Bonner. So a clear there for the Blue Wave, and they've got time on the clock.
Yeah, with the man up here, Darien most likely not going to dodge. They're going to look for those wing time and room shooters. You know, maybe a step down from Pokorny, maybe Rupenstein. We've seen that a lot in this man up this year.
Yeah, it looks like Rupenstein and Pokorny in those 2 upper shooter spots, and they're working it around X, looking for them to get open. As the ball thrown into Bilodeau, but knocked out of the air traffic control by the Chaminade Flyers.
Yeah, great job by Conley there, staying home, staying on that guy, and blocking that pass, ultimately forcing a turnover. And now Chaminade looking to clear as Conley will draw a flag on Darien.
Another flag on the field here indeed. I think Connolly might have taken a check to the head. And not good news here for the Blue Wave as the Flyers will look to run this one out. So 20 seconds left on the initial penalty. As Chaminade, no pressure to go.
Get a good man down defense from Chaminade, staying home, not drawing too far out, not worrying about guys like Corney or Rubenstein who will step down and shoot if they need to. But again, a good man down defense and a big confidence booster for the Flyers.
Yeah, and if you're Darien right now, those first 2 goals, you know, 2 defensive breakdowns, looking a little shaky. I know they're on the road here. It's a big kind of, you know, stadium atmosphere in a big game, but definitely need to settle down and just, you know, get to their matchups, make sure they're communicating on slides.
So even strength here, and Chaminade with the free play. Looking to shoot there was Connor Cutton, but that ball will roll outside, and the penalty here will be announced. So a slash called on the Blue Wave. I believe Porter Barnett will serve the penalty as we see our first man-up opportunity for Chaminade.
Yeah, Chaminade, they love to keep it hot around for a little bit, get their guys settled, and then once it's attack time, they will go right at the cage, look for an open shot. Look to make this 3-0 now.
So Chaminade working it around X. Looking for options up top. Can't quite find any, though. They've got 2 on the crease and 2 shooters in the upper positions. And it's communication here is the name of the game for the Darien defense. Making sure they're picking up shooters as a rotation called. And picked up by the Blue Wave, but the Chaminade Flyers with James Gillis put it away.
Yeah, good job from McNamara originally getting out to Gillis. Again, you let that hands free for Gillis, he'll make you pay. Fortunately, Gillis with a smooth spin move gets it around and puts in the back of the net. Top shelf past Hagan, and Chaminade connects on their man up to make it 3-0.
Yeah, it looks like Darien on defense there. They were able to rotate, you know, solid communication. They get a couple rotations in there, and then it's just Gillis who kind of stops on a dime, able to get past McNamara on the pump fake and, you know, puts the Flyers up 3.
So 3-0 in favor of the Flyers, and so important to get in front of that attackman when you're playing defense. Even on man down, sometimes it's tempting to just put your stick in the way, but you really have to break down and play some man defense because a good player like Gillis will take advantage of any opportunity he gets.
And Gillis, only a sophomore here, starting on varsity, as Chaminade will be offside, so Darien will gain possession.
So looking to push it now is Lancaster. He'll dodge down the alley, takes a shot, and bouncer just wide. Darien still looking for their first goal in the matchup as time ticks down in our first quarter of play.
Yeah, and they're probably going to try and take this to zeros. Maybe one more shot before the end of the quarter, but this is a sense of urgency for the Wave right now.
They'll dodge it with Elliott. And Lancaster stripped in the middle.
Great double team from DeBuscher there. Getting that ball, now he's going in transition.
And there's the power of your defense as here comes a transition opportunity for the Flyers and knocked out of the air.
Yeah, a bit indecisive from Cutton there. You know, we know he's a great passer, has great IQ, great feel for the game, but he had some room there. Maybe a step down look would have been a bit more preferable.
And a shot and a save by Carter Hagan. So that buzzer sounds the end of our first quarter of regulation, and boys, it's been all Chaminade.
Yeah, again, their defense has stayed strong, and then their offense has just been potent today. You see Cutton there, the first goal for Chaminade. But right now, you head into the quarter 3-0. Chaminade, they are rolling right now.
Yeah, and then, like you said, Chaminade just taking advantage of the transition game. They're getting north-south, really capitalizing on those fast breaks, whereas Darien, just a bit slower here early and really not able to get out in front and transition. They're having to settle down in that umbrella set and get looks from the wings, but, we haven't seen a lot of dodges, inverts capitalized.
Those of you watching at home, it's a beautiful day here at Chaminade, 64 and sunny. A great one for some of the nation's top high school lacrosse. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on DAF Media. Hello and welcome back to Chaminade Stadium Field. A brief break there taken by us. My name is Ryan Dahlquist, bringing you the action here from Chaminade. Alongside me, Will Jennings, Connor Kuntz, as we bring you through this DAF Media joint venture broadcast. And it's been all Chaminade so far, 3-0 your score as they win yet another face-off with Quinn Ball.
And you see right there, that's why Chaminade's dominated. Quinn Ball has been the man for Chaminade all season long, really all career long. He's the first freshman to ever make varsity, and now as a junior, he has just been dominant this year. Every single game he's been in, it almost seems like you can't not mention Quinn Ball.
Taking it to X now, John Balsamo. And this Chaminade attack has been the focal point of their offense so far today as Balsamo looks to invert. Balsamo rolls back to his right, saved by Carter Hagan. So diving to the ground was Hagan, the Loyola commit. And here goes Darien with McBride. McBride streaming up the middle and knocked away.
Yeah, McBride, just a sophomore, but an extremely quick first step, very agile player. We see him a lot on those alley dodges, and right there, just goes right to the cage and almost gets Darien on the board.
So here's Picorni going off against Fox. Picorni looking inside to Barnett, but just over his head.
And again, that's the matchup, again, we talked about in the pregame. Fox versus Picorni. Fox, a very aggressive player against Picorni, someone who can really create from everywhere. You see that pass over to Barnett, just a little bit high. Now Chaminade back in the offensive zone.
And Picorni's been known for his ability to dodge, not only to score, but to dodge to feed. And this Darien attack, so elusive, able to get open on that crease. They've loved that throughout this year, but so far Chaminade's been able to put a stub in it. As a shot there off the mark, shot by John Balsamo, as McGuckin looks to run it up. Riggs McGuckin stripped, can't quite find it, drops out of his jersey, and it's a 2v1 ground ball scooped up by the Blue Wave. So a wrap check almost spelt the end there for McGuckin, but Rupenstein able to come in and help his teammate out. So they'll look to invert on the two-man with Rupenstein and Picorni. As the pick set, Picorni open, looking to redodge. A dodge to feed again, can't find Barnett on the crease.
Yeah, and that two-man game from X, right, Ryan? That's, Darien's bread and butter. They're going to try and create mismatches at GLE, and right now, that's what they're going to with Picorni.
Picorni made a man miss there. He's got a different matchup now as he's looking to take it all himself, guarded by Lucas D'Agostino.
I mean, you saw there, though. I mean, Ben Fox, a five-star commit. Picorni had him lost there, made him turn around. That's just the speed, the quickness, and the ability of Picorni. He can really work with any matchup.
As here goes McBride, the sophomore, looking to take it towards the middle. He's found McGuckin on the inside, but that shot blocked by John Tolley.
Almost like a mask of Tolley there. Each one for the team. And now Chaminade, again, their transition in the clears has been the reason why they've been gaining so many offensive possessions today.
Yeah, and those transitions so dangerous. Chaminade's able to put, I believe, 2 of their 3 goals away just on transition opportunities. And they've been able to keep Darien off of the score sheet so far.
And one of the things you'll see sometimes when Chaminade is making their changes, they'll have their poles run off to the halfway line, and then it's just a foot race with a midi to the defensive midi, and sometimes they can get a quick transition goal off of that.
So Chaminade now, they'll look to dodge it with Connolly, and Connolly takes a big hit high, and a flag is thrown.
I believe that was actually Connor Cutton, and Stephen Olvaney came in with this huge hit on the slide.
You are absolutely right, Will. It is Connor Cutton. That is my bad on that one. It's hard to see the roster from here. I'm standing a little bit farther back, but that is Connor Cutton who tanked the hit and got a penalty in favor here of the Chaminade Flyers.
And Olvaney, you know, sometimes a hit like that is good, but Cutton a little undersized, a little shorter than normal attackman. That goes right up in the neck area almost, so it draws a penalty. Now Chaminade, they're going to go keep that perfect percentage on the man up.
So Stephen Olvaney is the man down midi for this Blue Wave team. Filling in for him is Lancaster. As Chaminade looking to create some chaos here on offense. And it's a hidden ball trick for Chaminade, but Darien stays with it. And a pick there for Darien. That's Hendrickson. Apologies. Jake Hendrickson on the pick. Air traffic control. And they're looking to move it up the field fast. Transition opportunity. Bonner looks to Barnett. That's McGuckin. McGuckin scores. And the Blue Wave are on the board.
Yeah, that is, just great ball movement from that Chaminade offense. But, Jake Hendrickson gets his stick on that pass and able to get a clear, basically, no ride from the Chaminade attackman there. And Bonner takes it as the LSM, pushes in transition. Looks like he's going to take a step down, but actually fakes that step down shot and throws it to the cutting midi of McGuckin, who's wide open on the crease. Everyone looking at Bonner, and McGuckin slides in for an easy dunk goal.
And that's just a big confidence booster from Darien. You're down a man. Chaminade's already connected on their man up. You get a stop and you get a goal while still down a man. So a big momentum booster, which is necessary for the Blue Wave.
So a face-off win for the Flyers means that they have another chance here with the man-up penalty. So working it around now, they've got cutters heading through the crease, but they're called off by Darien. Inside is Connor Cutton. And Hagan was looking for a crease violation, but he won't get it. It's ruled a good goal.
I mean, that's just that Chaminade man up going to work there. Keep it hot around the edge. You see Darien pushing out a little bit, trying to get a little loose ball. Cutton gets it at GLE, and then just so smooth. You see a couple passes to Busher, to Cutton at GLE, and then puts it almost an impossible angle between the legs of Hagan to make it 4-1 Chaminade.
Cutton, a smaller player, you can lose him around that crease area sometimes, and sometimes he's just too elusive, and right there we see him get open. A lot of his goals are scored right on that crease area, and he's able to see cut and get one there.
And it's the first face-off win now for the Blue Wave with Jack Mariska, and a timeout called here by Darien. So a great man up there for the Flyers. I saw Cutton cut down, get his way towards the crease, and Darien just lost him on that one. But Darien getting their name on the score sheet with McGuckin. We certainly had some big action here today, fellas.
Yeah, and that's a great timeout there from Braymeyer. They win a face-off with Mariska, and we saw that against St. Anthony's. Braymeyer strategically calling that timeout. He knows he's not going to win too many face-offs today. He gets a timeout off.
And sometimes all you really need is one goal to get back in it. Darien, they were down 3-0. Chaminade on the man up, already connected, and they get that goal man down. Just so you see there, Mariska wins the faceoff. They are right back in this game. Only a 3-goal lead. We know leads in lacrosse, they can change on a dime. Momentum can change on a dime. So right now, Darien, a big offensive possession coming up, and this is one they can really put in the back of the net and get right back in this game.
Certainly the fastest game on 2 feet, as they call it, and both these teams, some of the best in the nation. Darien ranked number 20 and Chaminade 18 on the Inside Lacrosse poll rankings. So momentum change kind of in favor of Darien as they get their team on the score sheet. And they've got a possession here.
And you mentioned the rankings, 18th and 20th. This might be, out of all 3 times these teams have played, this might be the most evenly matched up game we have seen out of these 2 programs.
So they'll start it with Picorni, and he'll work it back. And Darien coming with an interesting set here. They've got 2 on the crease, and Picorni will sub in. They're trying to dodge it with McGuckin. He'll try and take it all the way, and he will score! Briggs McGuckin, the senior captain, with his 2nd for Darien.
And you see right there McGuckin taking it from up top, rolling his way inside, and then that slide comes late, so he's able to just get 1 or 2 more steps closer to the crease, and he's got a pretty good angle there, and he's just basically able to bury it in the back of the net with not much of an adjustment or a slide there from the Chaminade defense.
Sometimes it's just as simple as a spin move. Got around Conley, puts in the back of the net. Now Darien right back in this game.
So Quinn Ball off the face-off here for the Flyers. And I don't know if you saw on that last one, guys. I saw Darien create some confusion on the crease. They're trying to mess up that slide, and it just happens to work out for them. McGuckin's able to get topside on his defender, and the slide is late because of the chaos provided there by the likes of Picorni and McBride, setting some off-ball picks. So it'll work out for the Blue Wave off the play, cooked up by Braymeyer, as Chaminade will look to respond.
Yeah, almost looked like a broken play there on that McGuckin goal, but definitely right. They got some confusion on the crease, and McGuckin easily gets topside as a result.
So here's Balsamo on the dodge. He's working against Olveni. And hung up now is Jake Hendrickson facing off against Connor Cutton.
This is where Cutton excels, when he's behind the cage at X, being the quarterback of this attack.
So he's looking for options up top, but he may just have to take it himself. Calling for a pick, and he's got the short stick matchup.
You see he's calling ISO. He wants this one-on-one right now.
Connor Cutton working on Stephen Olveni.
Yeah, it's a shorty matchup. Definitely wanted that ISO, but good communication from Hendrickson to get the switch.
And the switch indeed, good communication there by the Blue Wave, but Hendrickson finds himself hung up again. Off the cut by Gavin Lynch, and a beautiful save by Carter Hagan. So that's exactly the danger there, as a behind-the-back shot from Lynch also saved. But when you're hung up, those cutters, and another shot just off the goal.
Carter Hagan just being absolutely harassed right now. As you see shots coming from the wing, Cutting dodging and on the invert, and luckily enough, he's able to get some of those.
And another save off the helmet for Hagan. That ball skyrockets into the air and is scooped up by the Darien goalie.
Incredible sequence from Hagan there. Sometimes you need a goalie that can step up and save some shots. Hagan does a great job there, and Darien looking to clear this ball.
Hagan lights out. A couple big opportunities there for the Flyers, but they're all thwarted as Hagan gets in the way, and now Darien finds themselves with an offensive possession.
Yeah, and just to touch on it, it's been a dominant year for Carter Hagan. Darien, not their best record to start, 6-3. However, Carter Hagan really been keeping this team in a lot of their games, keeping it close all year.
As Picorni working on Fox, runs through the double, looking for help, but a stick break on Chaminade, gives him the break he needs as Picorni streaming down the field, lefty off the pipe.
Yeah, Darien trying to take advantage of that stick break. See Picorni looking to draw and dump, but he's not able to get it.
And the transition shot by John Tolley stuffed again by Carter Hagan.
That's a massive save, Hagan. Right there, Marchetta came in on transition. Tolley right in front. There's the goal as Tolley gets his revenge on Hagan.
And a goal, as you said, John Tolley wrapping around from X takes advantage of a confused Darien defense and puts another one on the board here for Chaminade.
As I was saying before, Hagan staying tall, standing strong on that original shot from Tolley. And then Tolley gets it from X, takes it right past him. Little shovel shot past Hagan up top to make it 5-2 Chaminade.
Give credit there. Heads up play by Tolley off the quick restart. He got what he wanted. He wanted that Darien defense confused and unable to slide. So Tolley with an open opportunity, able to sneak one past Hagan. 5-2 your score in favor of the Flyers as they win another faceoff.
Yeah, and Darien putting Mark McNamara the pull at the faceoff X there. Something that we thought they were going to do. We talked about it in the pregame, and it works out there. He's able to get the strip and hopefully a clear.
And even if Ball doesn't win the faceoff, McNamara's just right there hounding Ball, trying to force a turnover. He does it right there. And Darien can look for another goal with 3 minutes remaining in the half.
So just under 3, and Darien will look to set up their offense here with McGuckin maintaining the ball up top. So that's Rupenstein. He'll work it to Bilodeau, and he's going to move it to Picorni. Picorni looking to dodge. Moves it to his right, has a step, goes across the crease, but just can't quite get it on the mark.
I mean, he got around Fox there, went underneath, got around Fox. The shot was off the mark, but again, that matchup between Fox and McCorney, Fox has been doing a good job keeping on McCorney.
Certainly has, as the Notre Dame commit with a couple shots, but no goals yet on this one. So that's McGuckin now looking to invert. He's got the 2-man behind the net with Picorni. So
Yeah,
McGuckin.
They're trying to get Picorni with, isolated with the shorty. There's a takeaway there from Chaminade.
And the shot there by Barnett. He had an open opportunity in front of the net, but just can't quite get that one in as Chaminade will call a quick timeout with possession. Now just under 2 minutes to go in this second quarter.
Barnett, great look there. Caputo, though, standing tall for the Flyers. He's done that all year. Ever since he took that starting job against the game against Salesianum, he has been lights out for Chaminade. Double-digit saves almost in every single game he's played. Caputo really been one of the underdog stories, one of the most surprising stories for this Chaminade team.
And that's a matchup we haven't really talked about so much tonight, but we got Caputo for the Flyers and Hagan for the Blue Wave. Both of them playing lights out today, certainly living up to the hype.
Yeah, that's two of the, best goalies in the class of 2024, and, it's definitely a matchup that, you're right, we haven't talked about, but it's a huge factor in this game. We've seen Hagan, be under some duress, and he's been able to bail out Darien a couple times, and we saw, Chaminade right there get a crease save, basically one-on-one in front of the net, denying Porter Barnett. Absolutely huge.
So they're going to take back the field now, and possession lies in favor of the Flyers. So we saw a Darien play resulting in a goal off of a timeout. No less expected here for the Chaminade offense, as Coach Jack Moran looking to instate something here.
And Coach Moran, he's been at this for a while. Over 600 wins in his coaching career. He's got a plan for every single situation that Chaminade could face.
Yeah, Coach Moran and Coach Braymeyer, it's always fun when these two teams get together. Both been doing this for a long time, and two of the most legendary high school coaches going at it today.
So Chaminade will look to take it, dodged by Hunter Kimball just off the mark, but scooped up behind the net by Connor Cutton. So Cutton's got Hendrickson hung up, and Chaminade had some opportunities the last time this happened. Let's see what they can make of it here. So looking to invert now is Connolly. Jack Connolly, and the pass just over the head of Connor Cutton.
An unforced error there, and Darien gets bailed out on that possession. You know, that's huge for Darien. They can get an extra possession in here before the half and hopefully get this margin down to just 2.
So just under a minute to play in this first half, and Braymeyer will use another of his timeouts. So does Darien have an answer here? 5-2 in favor of the Flyers. Let's see what Braymeyer can cook up. So Jeff Braymeyer, the coach here for the Blue Wave, again, one of the most legendary coaches out there. And assisted there, you could see Coach Segreta. He's getting his offense together. Now let's see what plays they can harken on here. They've tried the 2-man at X, haven't had so much success from that. Most of their success has come from the wing dodges by the likes of McGuckin, Rupenstein, Lancaster, and a whole host of midfielders they have up there. But I'm interested to see what they can do. Now, last time we came out of a timeout, the Blue Wave had an interesting play where they crowded the crease, set some off-ball picks, and tried to mess up the slide. That allowed McGuckin to get his hands free and shoot it. We'll see if they can switch it up here and try and fool this Flyers defense.
That set up top really had no middies. There were almost five across straight. You had one guy at X just in case that ball goes behind. And again, McGuckin goes up top against Conley, gets a spin, puts in the back of the net. So one of those sets has worked. A couple of others they've tried haven't. So let's see again if Braymeyer goes back to that 5-wide set or he tries something different.
You know, you expect Braymeyer here probably is going to go with that open umbrella, try and get an alley dodge. He's got some fast middies in McGuckin and Rupenstein, but you never know. Could draw up a play on the crease as well.
So they will run it with an open set, but picked off by Sean Connolly. He'll look to take it himself, and he will score.
One-man hero, Sean Connolly. Looks like Darien had something go, but Connolly says, nah, this is my show. I'm taking this ball all the way down. There's an open lane for Connolly to shoot. He'll take it himself. You see there the speed of Connolly, a midi last year on the junior varsity squad, transitioned to a defensive midi, and he puts it past Hagen Lowe to make it 6-2 Chaminade.
And the danger there with that open set run by the Blue Wave is those passes are extended. So a 40-yard pass has the ability to be picked off, and great awareness there by Connolly. And, of course, he's able to take it all the way. So some ecstasy here for the Flyers fan base as they get another opportunity off the face-off win with Quinn Ball.
This is a nightmare scenario for the Blue Wave. You were up, had possession with a minute left, and now you could potentially be giving up 2 goals in the span of a minute.
And 2 goals indeed, as dodging and scoring is Gavin Lynch.
We talked about momentum earlier, how it may have been on the side of the Blue Wave. Well, it is all with Chaminade right now. Cutton makes the extra pass, gets it to Lynch. You see there a cross past to Lynch. Lynch will spin right by, and he loves that little inside the crease. Puts it over the top of Hagen to make it 7-2 Flyers.
Yeah, and it really all starts with that open set. Just a crucial error by Darien, a misread pass, and, you know, instead of taking their time with a minute left, really getting that ball hot, settling into their set, getting that ball around, they make an error, and just instead of holding on to that last possession, they give Chaminade 2 extra possessions, and they're able to put in 2 more goals.
So Darien will double pull the face-off, and some hard checks thrown by the likes of Mark McNamara, but that ball will maintain in the hands of the Flyers. So knocked down and scrummed, and with the last possession of the half, Bonner shoots it, looks for Barnett, but just a little too late. So as the halftime buzzer sounds, It is all Chaminade 7-2. Now, what have you guys liked going into this one? We'll start with you, Connor.
Well, something that, again, we've talked about pregame. Really, you talk about every game. The face-off X. Quinn Ball has been dominant. He's really only lost one face-off, and every time that ball is clamped up or it's loose, he's getting that ground ball, or he has his wings to get those ground balls put in transition, and that's how Chaminade have been able to score most of their goals.
Now, if you're Darien here, Jennings, what do you think they're saying to each other in that halftime huddle?
Well, you know, to start off with, they need a huge second half here, and I think that starts really at X with the invert set, getting that two-man game going. I don't think they've used it enough. I think there are matchups to exploit behind the net, and I think Picorni is the guy you have to go to. I mean, he may be guarded by Ben Fox, but I think if you switch and get a shorty on Picorni, there are some goals there behind the net. Darien really, you know, struggling at the face-off X, so going to have to value their possessions in this next half. But Chaminade so far just really taking advantage and capitalizing on almost all their opportunities.
Yeah, no shortage of opportunities on either side, but as you said, Jennings, Chaminade able to take advantage of every opportunity given to them. So it's a beautiful day here in Chaminade. 7-2 your score in favor of the Flyers, as we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here at DAF Media Network. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back.
Are you enjoying this broadcast? If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network, please help support us with a donation. DAF Media is committed to education and broadcast excellence. Your support allows us to keep bringing you high-quality community programming while giving our student volunteer broadcasters hands-on STEM experiential learning of all parts of computer networking and video production. Your donations help pay for equipment, insurance, transportation, and our award-winning advisor, and make these broadcasts possible. To donate, you can scan the Venmo QR code shown here or visit our website at dafmedia.org/donate. The link to donate is also in the description of this YouTube video. For those of you who prefer a more traditional approach, checks can be made payable to DAF Media and mailed to the address shown here. Any donation of $1,000 or more will be recognized as sponsors of our broadcasts for 1 year. Feel free to pause the broadcast to write this down. Thanks for watching and supporting DAF Media.
The Darien Foundation was founded in 1998 by Richard and Maureen Chilton, and the thesis behind that founding was to bring technology to the Darien public school systems. And that launched us, and that got us going, and through technology and capital project initiatives, we've now funded over $5.5 million over the last 24 years to build a better Darien.
Our board really likes to get involved and assist the partners that we collaborate with, whether it's a grant for a youth project or a grant from a community service, schools, the police. Often they come to us with ideas that we help them bring to fruition.
The Darien Foundation recently awarded the Darien Police Department 2 grants. One was for laser shot and the other for Faro technology. Laser shot technology is based on decision making. It may come down to using their firearm, but in reality, we would like them to talk the situation down where you use less lethal force, and this program allows us to do that.
Police, drop the gun!
Faro technology gives us a 360-degree view, catching all the points we need to catch in our accident scene. It also takes a lot less time. This allows us to open up roads, get traffic flowing a lot quicker than we ever used to be able to. We can also map the inside of buildings. We can use it at outdoor crime scenes, indoor crime scenes. It's really used for a plethora of investigations. It's a tool that most other departments may not have their hands on just yet, and thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have that technology.
At Home in Darien is a nonprofit organization that helps senior citizens to remain living independently in their home and in the community. We provide important services to help them do so, such as transportation. Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
From all standpoints, this is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide, both in terms of safety and comfort. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
Post 53 is the town's ambulance service. We respond to over 1,600 emergency calls a year. We're a vital service that has been here for 51 years. The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. You don't know how important an ambulance is until you actually need it. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared, to be well-trained and well-staffed, to respond 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whenever you need it.
The Darien Foundation is really excited to be able to launch a new program for the Darien schools, which will benefit students K through 12 in all 7 schools. This is the new robotics program, which will be an extracurricular opportunity for students to build robots, compete against other leagues, and collaborate together.
Our robotics program is going to benefit students in so many ways. In regular classes, students are always looking for the right answer, that there's only one way to answer something. Robotics is completely different. In robotics, you learn that there are multiple solutions to every problem. You learn that you have these obstacles that you have to overcome. You have to really be a creative problem solver. And most importantly, you need to persevere.
Early on in the process, the Darien Foundation reached out to administration and the offer to provide funding for a project, and it just dovetailed beautifully to the goals of the strategic plan. I look forward to continue to work closely with the Darien Foundation, both on this project and other projects down the line.
We welcome ideas for possible grants. We'd like to do grants that promote and strengthen our community. Sometimes it's from an organization, sometimes it's from our emergency service partners, or it's from the Darien Public Schools. One of our most popular grants, which was the Playground by the Sound, came to us from 4 Darien moms who said, let's get together and figure out how to build this.
Thanks to the generosity of our board members and officers, every dollar you give to the Darien Foundation goes directly to the grants that we're supporting. I invite all of you to help us move our community further and support the Darien Foundation.
Back live from Gold Star Stadium in Mineola, New York on the campus of Chaminade High School. Chaminade and Darien for the second half. The score 7-2 with 50 seconds to go until we start the game back up. I'm Thomas Gamba here with Ryan Dahlquist and Will Jennings. Ryan and Will, We had a great first half. Chaminade with a little spurt at the end of that first half with those 2 goals. One highlighted by Sean Connolly. But really, Darien was very close in that game. The score doesn't necessarily indicate it, but they're right there in this one.
Yeah, for Darien, really this, half, they're down 5 goals. It's going to be a bit of a hike, and they got to get back up there somehow. And I think it starts with Brady McCorney. Like I said at halftime, I think it starts with that invert at X. Try and get that 2-man game going. And if you're not able to get that 2-man game going, look for some, time and room shots with Lancaster and, try and get the ball to the wings where guys like, McBride and Briggs McGuckin can get top side, create some alley dodges, and that's usually how Darien's finishing a lot of their goals this season.
Yeah, and if you're Darien, Jennings, you really got to be focused on preventing that transition. It's been such a focal point of this offense here.
As Chaminade scores right off the face-off. Quinn Ball, who has been amazing today, wins the face-off and scores 5 seconds in. It's 8-2 Flyers.
And this face-off has been all Chaminade today. Darien even switching to the pole, trying to force that ground ball, but they just haven't been able to make anything of it. And Quinn Ball does exactly what Darien hoped to prevent, as you see them slide down now on the wings. But that transition opportunity off the face-off has been killer for the Blue Wave in this first half, and that's just not what you want on the Darien side for the start of the second.
Ball wins another one. He's 12 for 13 today, and Chaminade controls it once again. They're on a 3-0 goal run dating back to the first half. As Balsamo controls that X, it gets knocked down, and it's going to be a turnover. Great slide from Darien.
Yeah, great double there. You see the D-Midi, Stephen Olvani, get some help from Mark McNamara. They're able to double that ball, get pressure on it, and easy clear for Darien.
They're looking to just hound them off of this face-off. It's been all Chaminade so far today, as we talked about, but if Darien can force that turnover, especially at X, working against Ball with his face-off stick, then they have an opportunity to clear it and get themselves some offense.
Blue Wave controls after the McNamara clear. Looking for a goal, down 6, still loads of time to go here at Gold Star Stadium. 11:03 to go in the third quarter. Rubenstein down the right alley, across O'Connor, he shoots, and the bouncer goes wide. It will go out of bounds and stay with the Blue Wave on the near side.
So they've loved that midi dodge all day, the Blue Wave have, especially with McGuckin, Rubenstein, Lancaster, guys who are quick, who are able to get past their defensemen and get a quick little alley shot. Now, they haven't had so much success, but certainly no shortage of opportunities for the Blue Wave.
And a turnover here as Bilodeau's pass to Barnett goes wide and out of bounds. Flyers will control at X with Sean Connolly, who had that interception and goal at the end of the first half.
Yeah, and Ryan, something I'm noticing on Darien's, offensive attempts, they're not winning that chase on those loose shots. Chaminade's been winning the chase at GLE all game long. They've been able to get a ton of extra possessions just by following up those loose shots, and let's see what they can do here.
Yeah, and that chase, just having a guy at X to back up your shots, it's something that's so important, especially if you're Darien, really looking to maintain that possession, not having so much success off the face-off. So another lost possession for the Blue Wave, and Chaminade with another opportunity.
Flyers love to slow things down. They've been doing it a lot, passing it up top. 9:50 to go in the third quarter. Cutting right wing. Around the Tully screen, he drives down the right alley. Doesn't have a shot, and he'll go to X with Gillis. The sophomore one-on-one with McNamara. He'll bull his way in. Good defense from McNamara. Skip pass is stolen away by Darien.
Yeah, some good heavy checks there from McNamara. Maybe just pressure him and make him a forced error there right into the stick of Bonner. Has to force that pass, trying to get out of McNamara's heavy checks, and Bonner able to get the easy clear.
Rubenstein on the far side. 9:14 to go in the third quarter. Darien needs something. Rubenstein controlling it, playing catch with McGuckin. 2 goals for him today. He's been all the offense for the Blue Wave. Guarded by Gavin Lynch, who is verbally committed to Notre Dame. McGuckin at X. Rolls inside. Doesn't have a shot. He'll roll back to the left side, feed it. Shot by Lancaster goes wide, and it will be Darien possession in the right corner. Picorni with the hustle. And
there's that backup we talked about, and Picorni able to just maintain that Darien possession, something they haven't been doing such a great job of today.
McGuckin scores off the Picorni feed, and McGuckin with a hat trick, just what Darien needed. It's 8-3, 8:33 to go in the third quarter.
And you just touched on it, right? McGuckin, all the offense today for the Wave, and I didn't see that really stopping when we opened up this second half. He's been lights out. He can really do it all as a two-way midfielder. He's able to alley dodge. He's able to elevate for those time and room step-down shots, and really all of his goals coming from the space he creates, that speed, and right there gets an open look from up top.
Give credit there to Picorni for the dodge to feed, something that he's been trying to do all game and just is able to pull it off with McGuckin, and that's something that we've seen from him all season, and Darien's certainly hoping for today.
Balsamo with a shot wide right to Gillis, and he hits it off the side of the net. Hagan will scoop it up and control it for the Blue Wave, so Darien gets a goal, looks to clear here and get within 4. And that pass arid in the side of Darien. Fight for it near the goal of Caputo, and Chaminade will take it. Fitzpatrick picks it off the carpet.
And I'm constantly impressed here with the explosiveness of this Chaminade team. They're able to just make opportunities out of seemingly nothing. 2 great shots there on Hagan, and then an incredible ride here to maintain that possession. And they're just relentless now with a 5-goal lead. Had to do some quick math on that one. 5 goals up are the Flyers, and they're no sign of letting up.
Chaminade controls on the far side with Peter DeBuscher, one of the 4 captains, going to Lehigh. Senior has been big for the Flyers this year. At X, it's Cutton, guarded by Hendrickson. Around the Kimball screen, he'll feed it back to Kimball. Left side of GLE, guarded by Lane. Up top, Gillis can't handle the pass, and it will go out of bounds on the far side. So a bad turnover for Chaminade, and Darien with another chance to clear.
Yeah, we've seen that Darien defense today. Been bailed out by some of those turnovers from Chaminade. Able to get the possession back, and really something, as we said all game long, they need to value those possessions as they're not winning at the face-off X.
McNamara down the middle, shoots, and a big save by Caputo. Rebound up in the air at X. Fight for it on the near side. Tip by D'Agostino, and he'll pick it up for the Flyers. Streaking up the near side, he fends off a Barnett check and clears it. Now he finds Gillis, right wing. In transition, he finds Kimball with a shot, and it hits off the post, and it will go out of bounds on the far side. Chaminade controls.
Yeah, that Darien ride. We've seen Chaminade on the ride all day long. They've been creating turnovers. That Darien ride right there, not even able to get a stick on their defender. And really, the ride has not been impressive today for Darien. They haven't been able to disrupt the clear at all.
They disrupt that play as Bonner gets the steal. He'll control it on the near side in the offensive zone. Guarded by Lynch. He rolls right, loses the ball, picks it back up off the carpet, and will set up the Blue Wave attack.
And off that point there, Jennings, Darien has not had many opportunities on the transition as of today. Now, they usually are a pretty transition-heavy team, so that's lacking a lot of their scoring opportunities. They've been forced to settle the ball on offense as the Flyer riot has just been killer for the Blue Wave.
Lancaster controls for the Blue Wave at the logo. Guarded by Peter DeBuscher, the midfielder. Right wing, he'll look to dodge, fending off a check from DeBuscher. He'll drive down the right alley, find space, look for the shot, he doesn't have it, and now look to go one-on-one at X. Up top feed. McBride, extra pass. McGuckin to Picorni, guarded by Fox. Around the screen, he's double-teamed, feeds it. Shot by McGuckin and a save by Caputo.
Yeah, Picorni draws the early slide there and feeds it to the wing of McGuckin. Keeps it with the hot hand, and just a great save by Caputo. But McGuckin there, able to just get away. Picorni draws the slide. Great draw and dump. And Darien's first good opportunity of the quarter.
And that give and go, an opportunity there for Darien, something they've been trying this whole game and haven't had much success with. But like you said, off the early slide there by Chaminade, McGuckin had an open shot, but a great save by Caputo, and the Flyers have it again.
O'Connor feeds it to X Balsamo. The sophomore attackman, brother of Charles Balsamo, who is a sophomore attackman at Duke University. O'Connor at X, around Rupenstein, looking for the inside feed. He doesn't have it, and he'll reset back up top with Cutton. 4:20 to go in the third quarter. Chaminade leads 8-3. Cutton guarded by Hendrickson, drives down the left alley. Good check by Hendrickson, and Chaminade will be forced to reset at the right wing with Gillis. He drives down the right alley, looks to bull his way in. He'll skip it out to the left wing. O'Connor juggles the pass, but gets it over to Brian Knapp. Off the check, Knapp down the right alley, draws the double, circles, and finds Balsamo. Flyers still controlling, under 4 to go. Balsamo at the top, loads, feeds to the left wing, and it's an errant pass, but picked back up by Tully on the far side.
Yeah, that was a twister motion there. Wasn't able to get to his offhand, so he threw a twister pass. Good thing he had backup, as almost an unforced error for Chaminade on that pass there.
Under 3:30 to go. Tully, right wing, finds space, shoots way high and out of bounds. It will stay with Chaminade in the left corner. It's Connor Cutton.
I believe McNamara may have gotten a stick on that one. Good help there from the defenseman as Rupenstein gets a little twisted up off of the dodge. And give credit here to this Darien defense. They've stood up to this possession so far. A lot of great communication on that field.
Gillis, right wing, rolls, shoots, scores! Top left corner, James Gillis. The missile, and the Flyers lead it 9-3.
Yeah, we mentioned it in the first half. Gillis, one of the best shooters on this Chaminade team. You cannot let him get his hands free. He's able to get his hands free there on the roll dodge, and just a wide open angle at the cage. Kind of twists his defender up there, and that step down goes for Gillis. One of his many goals of this game.
That was an impressive shot there by Gillis. You saw him wait for the defenseman to overplay him, roll back towards his left, and then shoot before recovery. You also had Bonner streaming in off the slide, so getting that shot off quick was crucial, but Gillis able to make it happen here for Chaminade.
Gillis' second goal of the game as Ball wins the faceoff and immediately loses it, but then Chaminade will retake possession as Connolly with the steal, and the Flyers will control. Under 3 minutes to go, and it's been a great performance for Chaminade dating back to that second half. A 4-1 goal run has given them a 6-goal advantage here with 2:37 to go in the third quarter. Gillis, right wing, has 2 of those goals.
And if you're Darien right now, you need to start getting it done in transition. Only a quarter and 2 minutes to go.
Inside, Gillis loses the ball, and it's stolen away by Hendrickson. He'll retreat against Cutton, find his goalie Carter Hagan. Controlling it near the crease, he'll look to clear with 2:14 to go in the third quarter. Hagan up the middle, can't find anyone so far. He cradles, flings it up ahead, and it's taken by Lancaster with speed down the middle. He shoots and scores!
And that's what we just talked about, right? A broken play, but Darien able to move the ball in transition. It starts with Carter Hagan, who's able to outlet. He finds Lancaster right at the top of the box, and Lancaster, he's been doing that all year. He's not afraid to just take it himself in transition. He's not looking to dump it to the wing. He's just going right to the goal, and that bouncer is something that he does very well.
And there's the drawback of having such an aggressive ride. It's paid off for Chaminade so far, but in this game, you can't have anything that pays off with no drawback. So Lancaster able to sneak behind, kind of like a wide receiver, and is able to catch that pass from Hagan and gets a fast break opportunity for the Wave. So there's the transition goal we were waiting for Darien as they finally get another one on the board.
Ball with another face-off win, and the Flyers control it again. We have not seen today a lot of the Brady Picorni-Ben Fox matchup that we've been talking about, because the Flyers have controlled the time of possession today as they go slow once again and set up the attack.
Yeah, no rush for Chaminade at this point in the game. They're really going to take their time on these possessions and just get that ball hot. Try and move it around.
They'll go here at X. Gavin Lynch controls. The goal leader coming into the game for the Flyers. He goes around the Tully screen, across GLE. He'll fake the jump shot, drive in, roll, shoot, and a save by Hagan. Rebound loose at the left wing. Fight for it by both teams. Taken by Gillis, who's guarded by 4 defenders, and he gets pushed down as the ball is loose and taken by Darien on the far side. Arid pass in the middle of the field, taken back by Chaminade. Gillis in front of the net, looks inside and scores! He lofted it right past Carter Hagan, and the Flyers lead it 10-4 as Gillis scores a hat trick with 46.8 to go.
I think he was looking for Lynch on the pass, and it may have just gotten tipped in there, maybe off of the stick of a Darien defenseman. It was actually quite hard to see what happened, but a garbage goal at its finest. That's what we call it when something like that just happens to trickle into the net. But a garbage goal alike, it's a goal for Chaminade, and it puts them ahead 10-4.
Yeah, that's the ride for Chaminade, that very aggressive ride, and they have, what looks like a midfielder up top who just intercepts that sideline pass from Rupenstein, and that ride really been paying dividends for the Chaminade team. Gets them another fast break goal.
Flyers win another face-off in the defensive zone. They will control it with Caputo. 33 seconds to go in the third quarter. Fox on the far side. Back to Caputo in the middle of the field. He'll swing it near side for D'Agostino, who is verbally committed to Syracuse. He'll split through 2 and get the clear. 18 seconds to go. Tully controls it at the right wing. He finds space, drives down the right alley. He'll feed it inside. Balsamo rolls, shoots wide, and it will trickle out of bounds with 8.4 to go. Chaminade keeps the possession.
And they love to create chaos, this Chaminade offense, pushing hard in a transition opportunity, trying to confuse Darien and look for those interior passes.
And now they're going to switch the call. Balsamo with a pass, so a turnover for Chaminade. McNamara will fling it down the field, and it will go out of bounds on the far side. And that is the conclusion of the third quarter. 10-4 Chaminade. Flyers in the driver's seat looking to get the win in this fourth quarter from Gold Star Stadium.
Are you enjoying this broadcast? If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network, please help support us with a donation. DAF Media is committed to education and broadcast excellence. Your support allows us to keep bringing you high-quality community programming while giving our student volunteer broadcasters hands-on STEM experiential learning of all parts of computer networking and video production. Your donations help pay for equipment, insurance, transportation, and our award-winning advisor, and make these broadcasts possible. To donate, you can scan the Venmo QR code shown here or visit our website at dafmedia.org/donate. The link to donate is also in the description of this YouTube video. For those of you who prefer a more traditional approach, checks can be made payable to DAF Media and mailed to the address shown here. Any donation of $1,000 or more will be recognized as sponsors of our broadcasts for 1 year. Feel free to pause the broadcast to write this down. Thanks for watching and supporting DAF Media.
Back live from Gold Star Stadium in Mineola, New York for Chaminade and Darien at the varsity lacrosse level. 10-4 Chaminade as we start this fourth quarter as Ryan and Will. Quinn Ball has been dominating the face-off X for the Flyers, and he's won 15 out of 16 today and gotten Chaminade a lot of possessions.
And this face-off has just been such a struggle for this Darien team all year, and when you're playing a team like Chaminade, winning that face-off is so crucial. Letting them have possession for the majority of the game puts so much pressure on your defense.
We saw the swim from Mariska, and now Lancaster, the shot goes wide, but Mariska loves that pinch and pop, that swim move, and he gets it there. So Mariska picking up another face-off win, good sign for the Wave. Just, a younger guy, just a sophomore. So, it's hard for him to step in, fill those shoes, but, developing here.
Darien with a good start. They get the possession and control it at X with Porter Barnett, the Richmond commit. Around the screen, he gets his hands free and shoots. Big save, Caputo. Rebound trickles out to the left wing, and it's picked up back by Barnett for Darien. Inside feed, wide open, shot, and they score! Picorni on the doorstep finally gets one to go, as Fox was lost, was nowhere near him, and Picorni was one-on-one with the goalie Sal Caputo. It's 10-5. Darien inching closer here at Gold Star Stadium.
Yeah, and that's just Brady Picorni wide open on the crease. You know, great stick skills, and that's something he does a lot to finish those crease looks. He's got 1 fake high, 2 fake high, and able to go low and away, but he's kind of playing with the goalie right there, and he's able to get the look he wants. But that's great ball movement, a broken play, and able to find Picorni loose on the crease.
Yeah, and oftentimes in those transition situations, it's easy to get confused on defense, and that's just what happens there. Chaminade was in the middle of a ride and then a clear, and then they were looking to move it, and Picorni's just able to sneak by on the crease, looking to cherry pick that one, and gets another goal here for the Blue Wave.
After a save by Hagen, it's a clear by the Blue Wave with some momentum, down by 5, under 11 to go. Rupenstein will control it for the Wave and slow things down as Briggs McGuckin into the game. He has a hat trick today.
And Ryan, like you said, that transition game, something Darien really needs this fourth quarter. They got to get 5 quick ones at this point, and they're not going to get that done without transition goals.
Yeah, an explosive team here for the Wave. Again, they love those transition goals. It's been a big part of their offense all season, but Chaminade able to shut them down in this game so far, forcing them to play out a full possession.
Bilodeau at the top, looks inside, his pass tipped. It will trickle out to the near side wing and be picked up by McBride, who steps out of bounds. So a big turnover for Darien, and Chaminade will take the possession with Sean Connolly. Connolly had a goal late in the first half, and he turns it over here.
Great ride there from McBride, trying to get the quick start, and he's not. They're gonna whistle that early. So looks like we have an injured player, but McBride with a huge ride there, stealing the possession back for Darien.
Exactly. You got to give credit to McBride on that one. I mean, he knew exactly what to do in that situation. When that ball is played right next to the sideline, it's about forcing the man out, trying to get him to step out of bounds. And Darien here gifted another possession off of the injury timeout. Let's see what plays they can cook up.
Sean Connolly is the injured Flyer, as we hope he's okay. Trainer Michael Moran looking at his left leg with 10:09 to go in this fourth quarter, as we will go to a quick break. 10-5, Chaminade leads Darien. Back live from Gold Star Stadium in Mineola, New York, on the campus of Chaminade High School. Sean Connolly walks off the field under his own power, as we will start back up here with 10:09 to go in the fourth quarter. I'm Thomas Gamba here with Ryan Dahlquist and Will Jennings. Guys, we're coming down to crunch time here, and Darien needs some goals to come back in this one.
Yeah, and if you're Darien, you really need something off of this one. You've been gifted an injury timeout on the possession, and if you're a coach, it's time you drop deep into your playbook.
Barnett circling at X. Blue Wave really need a goal here. 9:53 to go in the fourth quarter. Barnett off the screen across GLE, draws the double team, circles back to the right corner. D'Agostino with a check, and that will draw a flag as the ground ball loose and picked up by the Flyers. It's cut it back, and that will force a whistle. D'Agostino to the box, and a man-up situation for the Blue Wave.
So big situation here for the Blue Wave, and we saw on that one the two-man game at X. Now, Darien loved that last year. They've used in this game so far, that's Picorni and Barnett at X. And what Barnett did there is he's able to draw a double, wasn't able to find the feed, but got something just as good, a penalty here. So trailing 5, Darien with a big opportunity.
Picorni at the top. We'll work it around to the left side. Barnett back to Picorni. He juggles, catches, and controls against the Chaminade defense. Left side, a shot. It goes wide. Look to be from Rupenstein. It will stay with Darien. It's Wes Scallon in the right corner.
So if you're Darien, you really want to make sure you're taking those A-level shots. A good shot there from, it looks to be Barnett who shot that one, I believe, as Picorni rolls around.
Great C-cut from Brady Picorni, the off-ball movement, and Darien only down 4 goals now. That's what Picorni has to do against a guy like Fox, get himself moving off the ball, and it looks like they pick down for Picorni. He gets that C-cut rolling around the crease, and just able to dunk that one. Wide open look right on the crease.
Exactly, and that's the man-up play Darien has been using this season. They love to pick down from the top. Picorni cuts down on the first option, and if he can't find it, he rolls around X, and that part's crucial because usually the defense will drop him as they did there. It's hard to keep track of somebody, and Picorni's able to curl around X and get a goal on the board here for the Blue Wave.
Ball wins the faceoff for the Flyers. That's the Notre Dame commit, Brady Picorni, with his second goal of the game. And the Blue Wave are within 4 with time to work with, under 9 minutes to go. Chaminade with the possession. We have seen them love to milk that clock and take long possessions. Let's see if they do it here, and it looks like they will. Right side, Jack Tully.
Yeah, Darien most likely going to start doubling up. Try and create some chaos, get some more turnovers. You might see a couple doubles or early slides here on defense.
Gillis to the near side. As a flag flies, it's going to be on Darien. So a delayed penalty, and Chaminade could take their time here.
And a delayed penalty, just not what you want to see here from the Blue Wave. They're really looking to limit this possession, but now that Chaminade has a free play, certainly no pressure to go to goal here for the Flyers. They're going to milk this for as much time as they can.
O'Connor at X, rolls to the right side. Doesn't get hands free, finds Gillis with a shot, and it goes out of bounds as it goes high. And the penalty will be addressed. A 1-minute slash on Darien. It looks like it was going to be on Bonner. Don't really know who's going to the box here.
Darien most likely going to try and box in one here, as we have Bonner coming to the box now. Darien with just the D midi, but 4 poles on the field. Looks like they're going to box in one and try and keep him to the outside.
Yeah, of course, that's the traditional man-down set there, Jennings, but they haven't been stringing on this one. Now, stringing is when that central long pole guards 2 people, the guy on the crease and the guy up top. Traditionally, Darien has been locking that crease, having the long pole in the middle guard whoever rotates in and out of the crease, and then they have a 4-man rotation on the outside with Ovani as the shorty kind of commanding it up at the top right. So let's see if they maintain that here, but that's been their MO so far this season and so far for the past couple years. That's kind of the traditional Darien man down, and Chaminade's going to go ahead and try and create some chaos and see if they can pick that apart.
Flyers control it on the man up, looking to get another goal. Lynch left wing with the hitch. He feeds it back up top for Cutton. Back to Lynch with a shot. It goes off the post and out of bounds. Chaminade will keep the possession. O'Connor in the right corner.
So it looks like Darien is stringing on this man down. So their long pole in the middle is going to play up top and at the crease. So watch that inside.
Gillis right wing with a shot and a save by Hagan. So Darien will control it on the man down, looking to clear against this aggressive Chaminade ride. Hagan lobs it all the way down to the other side of the field. Ground ball loose near the crease of Caputo, and he'll take it for Chaminade as the Flyers work back the other way with Fox. He juggles the ball on the near side, circling against Picorni. He looks for the pass in the middle of the field, and it's stolen away by Darien. Barnett down the right alley, looking for a shot, and he'll just reset in the right corner.
Wise of Barnett there not to force that. He had Picorni coming back into the play. Could have pushed that in transition. Wise, he almost forced that pass. We saw him pump fake, but Wise to just hold it, settle down, and give Darien this possession.
And we saw the eyes of Barnett light up a little bit on that one, but I agree with you, Jennings. Certainly a wise play by him.
Inside feed to Barnett. He loses it and stolen away by Caputo for Chaminade. He'll get it over to the near side. Ben Fox with speed, stops, gets it cross field for Fitzpatrick, who juggles, controls on the far side, and has Lynch in the middle of the field, who makes a nice catch and will clear for the Flyers.
Yeah, definitely uncharacteristic for the Flyers this quarter. They've been pretty sloppy on the clear, and Darien had some good opportunities on the ride there as a result. Unfortunately, they're not able to capitalize.
And possession-wise, this game has definitely been in favor of Chaminade, but only a 4-goal differential. Darien's had a lot of opportunities off the transition. As you were saying, Jennings, in this last quarter, they've been able to ride this ball hard and get some of those goals in with Picorni wide open in the front.
DeBuscher inside, scores! And the Flyers back up by 5. Peter DeBuscher, the captain, with the goal.
And when you're playing with an open set there on defense, as it seems Darien was, you have to be willing to slide all the way on adjacent. So a little miscommunication there on defense for the Wave, and the slide just a little late gives Chaminade an opportunity to just run down in front of the net and put that one away past Hagen.
So Chaminade with a 5-goal advantage, 6:03 to go in the fourth quarter as we go back to the face-off X. It's been dominated by Quinn Ball today. He has won 15 out of 17 for the Flyers at the dot, and he looks to win another here. It will be Mariska for Darien as the officials sorting things out with head coach Jeff Braymeyer.
Yeah, and that almost feels like the dagger here, as we saw that dodge just go underneath, get a quick look in front of the net and bury that one. That looks like it could be the daggers. There's only 6 minutes left. Darien going to have to get 5 very quick goals.
They need to win a face-off first, and they don't. Ball again with the win. He's 16 for 18 and is showing why he is verbally committed to the University of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and this face-off today, I mean, it's just been all Chaminade, and giving a team like Chaminade repeated possessions puts so much strain on your defense. I mean, I'm honestly proud Darien hasn't let up more than 11 with the amount of time Chaminade has had here on their offense. A team like a team of this caliber has the ability to just put so much up on the scoreboard when you just keep giving them possession.
Nap at X, fending off checks from Lane. Will roll to the left side, look for a passer, and he has Connolly, who throws it behind his back for Gillis, and he controls at the right wing. Guarded by Elliot Lancaster, who has a goal for the Wave today. As we approach 5 minutes to go in this fourth quarter, Darien down by 5 goals, 11-6 the score at Gold Star Stadium. DeBuscher at the top, guarded by Lancaster. Will hesitate and go to work down the right alley. He doesn't have a shot. He'll feed it to X, and it's stolen away by the Blue Wave as Hagen will get it to the far side on the clear.
Yeah, and that's Connor Lane there on the pick. Just keeping his stick in the lane, high discipline on defense, and seeing how something like that can just make so much of a difference in this game. So, you know, gotta encourage your defensemen, keep those sticks up, keep them in the lane, look for those pick opportunities, as we've seen them create some pretty incredible opportunities in this game so far.
Rubenstein, one right wing, chasing away from Connolly, he shoots, and it goes wide on the bouncer, rebound loose. Picked up by McGuckin in the left corner. 4 minutes to go. McGuckin running away from Marchetta. Rolls back to the left at the left wing. Feeds it. Inside. And Darien will control it at the top. It's McBride. 3:48 to go in the fourth quarter. Guarded by Knapp, he drives down the right alley, draws the double team, rolls inside, shoots, and it bounces wide and out of bounds. Darien will control it with Barnett.
Yeah, Darien able to get this possession on that steal from McNamara. You know, they have really tall poles, so that reach, very crucial, but other than, you know, those steals on defense, haven't been able to get a ton of clean possessions this game, so let's see what they can do here.
Lancaster swims inside and scores! What a move by Elliot Lancaster. And the attackman has his second goal of the game. It's 11-7 as Darien inches closer with 3:23 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and the traditional alley dodge by Lancaster. Look as he swims his first defenseman, moves it towards his right, and then sneaks it in that top right corner. A high-class shot from the senior. And Darien's up on the board now, 11-7, and there's some time left in this game.
They need to win the face-off first. Mariska and Ball. Ball is dominating, and he continues to. 17 for 19 today. He controls on the near side and gets it up to Jack Tully with speed down the middle. He feeds it to the long pole. O'Brien, extra pass, Balsamo with the shot, and a big save by Hagen. Darien looks to clear, and they do. Up the near side, Lancaster, 2 goals on the day. With speed down the middle, he'll check from O'Connor. Shoot, and a big save by Caputo. Rebound loose near the crease. Caputo looking to clamp it. He will. And Chaminade controls on the far side.
Yeah, Darien needs a really good ride at this point in the game. We're going to have to see, 2 or 3 turnovers. So it's going to be huge for guys.
22 to go in the fourth quarter. Wave down by 4. Left corner, Barnett.
The quick stick of McBride there, almost trying to one-time it into the back of the net. So he's going to get, it looks like an alley dodge here.
Right wing, Picorni. Looking to show his heroicism. He shoots, and a big save by Caputo again. He'll look to clear up the middle, and that pass arid. It trickles out to the Darien side where it's picked up by Picorni. Under 2 minutes to go. Inside feed from Picorni. Driving is Lancaster with a shot. It goes wide, and it will stay with Darien.
And we failed to mention in our intro, I actually regret it quite a bit, the battle between these 2 goalies. We got Hagen and Caputo, and they've both put up some massive stops for this team late in this game.
Shot by Rupenstein goes wide. Darien controls again from X. McBride to the top. Barnett guarded by Tully. It's actually McGuckin with a shot. It goes wide.
Yeah,
Darien will control it again.
Darien's going to keep attacking these shorties north-south. We saw in the Lancaster goal that, Darien's not having a ton of success going up against those poles for Chaminade. So they're going to keep attacking the shorties. If a slide comes, probably going to look towards the crease. But really the work has been done in the midfield today.
In the open set they're running here on the Blue Wave, look for a lot of dodging to feed. Because when you're playing against a team that slides adjacent, it's more about the give and go factor versus just the go to goal.
Bill it to the left side, a shot blocked by Fitzpatrick off the stick of Rupenstein. He'll pick it back up and control it. Inside feed, McBride spinning at X. Guarded by D'Agostino, he'll bull his way in, retreat to the right wing, and find a man at X. It's Barnett, guarded by O'Connor, around GLE. He'll fake, look for top side. Now he rolls inside, drives the net. Fends off the double team, gets his hands free, and a big save by Caputo. Under a minute to go, Flyers looking for this final clear.
And that's an absolutely massive save by Caputo. You could hear the Flyers fans getting up on their feet after that one. This kid's just been keeping his team up ahead, and he's been crucial for this Chaminade defense. Caputo versus Hagen, one of the best matchups to watch today. Both of them having themselves a night.
Yeah, it's been a lot of Caputo against Barnett on the doorstep. We've seen it a couple times this game, and Barnett reverses field GLE.
Lancaster with a shot, and he scores. Elliot Lancaster with a hat trick. And the lead down to 3, 32.1 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need. Elliot Lancaster in transition. Most coaches tell you to, throw that ball to the wing, maybe throw 2 or 3 extra passes, but Lancaster oftentimes just takes it straight to the cage, and sometimes that's all you need. He's had himself a half.
And a timeout by Darien is called. Big surge here by the Blue Wave that they want to have. How are they going to do it with 32.1 to go?
Well, we've seen a lot of different plays drawn up by this Blue Wave side. What they're going to try and do on this one, guys, is they're going to try and create some confusion here on this offense. They have guys that can go to goal. They can beat their man, but so far, Chaminade's defense has been good on communication, and they've been well disciplined. So that slide comes just at the right time. It comes aggressive, and it's able to thwart any sort of Blue Wave dodge, especially in settled possession defense. So if you're Darien, it's those off-ball picks It's those give and goes, and it's those wing dodges to initiate that's going to be the focal point of your attack here. And of course, that all depends on your face-off. Now, this face-off has been all Chaminade today, and it's really showing its importance with, like you said, just over 30 seconds to go.
And a guy that's been huge for Darien is Elliot Lancaster. That hat trick today, we thought it was going to be Brady Picorni. He does have 2 goals, but he's been really shut down today by the Flyer defense.
Yeah, and Brady, just as an attackman, he draws a lot of attention. There's a ton of attention on Brady just from the defense. There's a lot of early slides, a lot of off-ball movement that kind of gets people ball watching, and the middies have taken advantage of that.
Ball with a turnover off the face-off win, and Darien will control it. 21 seconds to go, and the pass in the middle of the field is stolen by Chaminade. Tully up the middle. Will retreat back and waste some time. 13 seconds to go. Inside feed O'Brien, a shot. Bounces up high and wide. 7.8 to go, and the Flyers might have just put this one away.
Yeah, just got to keep it in the box, and this game is all but over.
3 seconds, Balsamo in the right corner, retreating away, and that will do it. Chaminade defeats Darien and defends their home field with an 11-8 home win. Ryan and Will, what a win for the Flyers, and it all started with that surge at the end of that first half.
Yeah, I mean, this game was really all in favor of Chaminade, and getting those wins off the face-off, amplifying that transitional element, riding hard, preventing Darien from getting that ball, really just all put it in favor of the Flyers. Now, on the side of Darien, especially looking at their defense, I think the guys did their job. I think Chaminade had a lot of offensive possession. They maintained that ball really well, but holding them to 11 goals, I think the defense was able to get the job done. I think Darien lacked a little on transition and was unable to go hard against Chaminade's defense. Their defense, I have to say, very disciplined, very communicative, big word there, and able to get in the way of the very talented Blue Wave offense. So, Will, I'll let you add on to that, but I saw a lot of high-level lacrosse today. I think both teams have a lot to take away and a lot they should be proud of.
Yeah, I really thought that was Darien's half. We saw them get a ton of, more time of possession there and really controlled time of possession just with, a great ride and a bunch of great turnovers they were able to cause. But really what it came down to was Sal Caputo, who just, had a performance there in the second half, really lit up for this Chaminade team. We talked about it a bunch. Carter Hagan going up against Caputo, and Caputo just able to come away with this victory on the other side of the field. I know 2 great goalies, like you said, Ryan, high-level lacrosse, and there were just some dynamic saves towards the end of the game there that were just, basically put the pin in this one.
And one guy who really set the tone for the Flyers was Quinn Ball from the face-off circle. He was 17 for 19 from the dot, and he leads the Flyers to an 11-8 win here at Gold Star Stadium.
Well, fellas, I've been Ryan Dahlquist. Alongside me, Will Jennings and Thomas Gamba, and it's just been a beautiful day of some really high-level lacrosse here at Chaminade Stadium Field. Glad to be bringing you this one for DAF Media, our joint media venture here with Chaminade, and as always, stay classy, Darien.
Are you enjoying this broadcast? If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network, please help support us with a donation. DAF Media is committed to education and broadcast excellence. Your support allows us to keep bringing you high-quality community programming while giving our student volunteer broadcasters hands-on STEM experiential learning of all parts of computer networking and video production. Your donations help pay for equipment, insurance, transportation, and our award-winning advisor, and make these broadcasts possible. To donate, you can scan the Venmo QR code shown here or visit our website at dafmedia.org/donate. The link to donate is also in the description of this YouTube video. For those of you who prefer a more traditional approach, checks can be made payable to DAF Media and mailed to the address shown here. Any donation of $1,000 or more will be recognized as sponsors of our broadcasts for 1 year. Feel free to pause the broadcast to write this down. Thanks for watching and supporting DAF Media.